Championships are on the line tonight when Nature Boy Ric Flair and Arn Anderson challenge the Hollywood Blondes for the World Tag Team titles. NWA champion Barry Windham is tested by high-flying challenger Too Cold Scorpio. And All-American Ron Simmons aims to strip the World TV belt from Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Then Dustin Rhodes, Davey Boy Smith, and Sting battle Rick Rude, Big Van Vader, and Sid Vicious in an incredible six-man explosion as World Championship Wrestling presents Clash of the Champions.
It's live in Norfolk. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Clash of the Champions from the Scope Coliseum in downtown Norfolk. Tony Schiavone, Jesse the Body Ventura. We've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Tonight in the ring, the return of Nature Boy Ric Flair.
We've waited for the Nature Boy for a long time, and tonight the Nature Boy returns. But I also got a little sad note, Tony Schiavone. The injury to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Paul Orndorff will not be able to wrestle, but will be at ringside.
He will be at ringside as Dirty Dick Slater takes on Ron Simmons in what, of course, now is a non-title match. But you know Simmons will get his shot sooner or later at that World Television title.
Maybe.
Let's stop talking and start butting heads as we go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first contest on the Clash of the Champions. It is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Warner Robins, Georgia, weighing 278 pounds, the All-American, Ron Simmons.
Well, they call him the All-American, and certainly you can see the fans that he has here. As Ron comes down to his song that's available on the Slam Jam album, Don't Step to Ron, the former world heavyweight champion. Looking great, Jess.
He always looks great.
All right. Ron Simmons to begin things on the Clash of the Champions. Go ahead, Gary.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, accompanied by the World Television Champion, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff from Tampa, Florida, weighing 248 pounds, Dirty Dick Slater.
Well, as Orndorff and Dick Slater make their way to the ring, already the fans are into the Paula chant. As you can see, they're not leaving the World Television Champion alone now. Orndorff suffered a groin injury, unable to compete here, and the fans are really on it.
You know, and I don't understand it, Tony. Why? As hard a wrestler as Mr. Wonderful is, the chances he takes in that ring, of course he's susceptible to injury like any great athlete is. Mr. Wonderful with a groin pull. You'd think these people are thinking for 1 minute that Mr. Wonderful would duck Ron Simmons.
No. They're just getting on him, and that's a name that Dustin Rhodes started. Now Orndorff and
Dustin Rhodes and Tony Schiavone. You deserve a little credit for that, too.
I'll take no credit for that. And certainly Dirty Dick Slater is a veteran, is going to prove to be a very, very rough and rugged match for the All-American Ron Simmons, who until today had prepared to go after that World TV title, something that he's come very close on winning on many occasions. And here we go. Randy Anderson, the referee, back to the corner.
Let's see if we get a... Yep. Whoa! And look at that! Simmons with a cheap shot out of the corner, Tony.
Picks him up. You don't want to get caught in the corner close to Ron Simmons in that power. And now Slater backs away.
Well, the referee called for a clean break there, and Simmons popped him. That's not like him. And look at the fans getting on Mr. Wonderful. It's even bothering Slater in the ring.
Hey, the fans are pumped up here. Later on, they're going to see 2 out of 3 falls for the World Tag Team title. Flair and Arn together against the Hollywood Blondes in that gigantic 6-man with Vader, Sid Vicious, and Ravishing Rick Rude, the master of the Rude Awakening, against Dustin Rhodes, Davey Boy Smith, and Sting still to come. But right now we begin it, and Simmons on his feet. Again, the power of Simmons. Shoulder block, a cover. And out in 2 is Slater, and he rolls down to the floor.
Slater, a smart move by the wily veteran. Things weren't going his way inside the ring. It was all going for the Florida State former football star Ron Simmons. Dick Slater smart enough to jump out to the floor, talk a little bit with Mr. Wonderful, and take some abuse from the fans here in Norfolk.
Well, Orndorff basically lost to Simmons on WCW Saturday night. But he lost after the 10-minute time limit ran out for the TV title, and Simmons did not get the World TV Championship.
So that means he really didn't lose.
Well, and since that time, Orndorff has continued to get disqualified to keep that TV belt. That's one of those little clauses in there that really he uses to his advantage.
Exactly, and that's the advantage you can use, Tony, when you're the champion. That's the out the champion gets. It's very simple. You're going to beat a champion. In the case of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, you got to beat him in the first 10 minutes of the match. If it goes 10 minutes, 3 seconds, you don't get the TV title. It's that simple. And a lot of people are ornery over that. That's the rules.
Ornery? Where'd you come up with that word?
You've never heard of the word ornery?
Not from you. Into the near side, over the top. Oh, that time a right hand side of the head.
Well, he slapped him.
And
he insulted him. Oh, and look at Simmons coming in with the point of the boot and the closed fist.
Sends him out of the corner, and Ron Simmons, 3-point stance. Orndorff's got the leg. Oh, and there goes Slater on top of the head with a big clothesline.
And I love that Orndorff, the veteran he is. Randy Anderson, the referee, saw nothing. He did not see Mr. Wonderful grab Simmons' leg. And that may be just the little edge that Dirty Dick Slater needed here, Tony.
Right on the head. Into the midsection, back of the neck. Boy, they are exchanging blows right and left. Here, Clash of the Champions, swinging neck breaker. Slater got it, good execution, and the cover. Simmons on the ropes. They think it's over. It's not over. The match is still going on, and they think it's over. They better turn around, especially Slater, and he did. And here we go again. The match still continues.
Only a 2 count now. Simmons taking command with the right hand. Slater drops in behind, misses a clothesline, and Simmons gets him up and whoa, big slam. He got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, the All-American Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons proving to be up to the task tonight as we begin Clash of the Champions with a tremendous win over Dick Slater, subbing for the injured World Television Champion Paul Orndorff.
Well, right here you see Simmons backing into the rope, lining up for the big shoulder block, and there's Mr. Wonderful. Grabs a little ankle right there, a little bit of defensive holding. Boom, and it allows Slater to come in with a big forearm and drop the former champion. But here's Ron Simmons later rebounding. Big power body slam. Drives Dirty Dick Slater into that mat, hooks the leg, legal press, 1, 2, 3, Simmons wins it.
We have a special guest with us tonight. We'll talk to him and have Marcus Bagwell against Lord Steven after this on TBS. All right, welcome back to the Clash of the Champions. Beach Blast coming your way exclusively on pay-per-view. And we'll be talking a lot more about Beach Blast this Saturday night on WCW Saturday Night. I'm Eric Bischoff along with the living legend, Larry Zbyszko. A lot of great action coming up. The big 6-man, everybody's talking about it. 2 title matches. Of course, you got the NWA title, Barry Windham, 2 Cold Scorpio. Larry, how do you see that contest?
You know, 2 Cold Scorpio is an amazing athlete, Eric. He's got everything it takes. Barry Windham has one attribute this young man does not, and that's experience. Now that reminds me of an old Polish proverb which translated basically says, as the young and the useless ride that wave of life to destiny, they realize they're merely a first-class passenger on the ship of fools.
Polish wisdom from Larry Zbyszko. Of course, we got the World Tag Team title match, and I want to bring in the man that is going to be the guest ring announcer. Good friend of mine, Mr. Michael Buffer. Glad to have you here.
Good to be here. Michael, you're fresh off the Morrison-Foreman fight just about a week and a half ago. You've had an opportunity to call some of the biggest fights in professional boxing. How would you compare boxing to the action here in WCW?
I think the action here and the fans here, the fans are part of the action. The fans, especially right here at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. I've worked here before when Pernell Whitaker was here. They're the best fans in the world.
All right, we talked a little bit about the NWA title match. I want to get your opinion on the World Tag Team title contest. You've got Ric Flair, Arn Anderson taking on the Hollywood Blondes. What's your opinion?
You've got the Hollywood Blondes. They're young, they've got speed, they've got strength, but I think I'm going to have to go with experience. You've got that wisdom, the power that the two men have. Arn Anderson, a legendary family, and you've got that 9-time world champion in Ric Flair. I got to go with the veterans.
All right, you're on record. Let's get down to the ring to Gary Michael Cappetta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest on the Clash of the Champions, it is set for one fall. Introducing first, the WCW Magazine Rookie of the Year, weighing 234 pounds, Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
It is good to have Michael Buffer here with us on Clash of the Champions. He'll be in the ring a little bit later on. And I tell you, Marcus Bagwell is looking great. We go back to Gary.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, accompanied by Sir William from the Royal Forest of Dean, now residing in his summer home in the Tower of Blackpool, weighing 18 stones, 2 pounds, Lord Steven Regal.
I love this guy, Schiavone, Lord Steven.
Why? Because he turns his nose up at everyone?
No, because he's got clean fingernails. That's hard to find in Virginia.
Now that was really cheap. As you take a look at the great Virginia crowd here on the coast of Virginia, and you take a look at Sir William.
Look at those specs Sir William wears. Those are reading glasses. Lord Steven came here to America, didn't let anybody know that he was blue blood. He wanted to see how the commoners lived, and believe me, he found out, didn't he, Tony?
Yes, and we'll have this match right after this timeout on TBS. We're back live at the Scope in Norfolk. Clash of the Champions just about set to go. There is the bell. And our second matchup of the evening, Lord Steven makes his first appearance on live TV here in the USA.
Well, while we're waiting for him to hook up, Tony, you know, speaking of dirty fingernails in Virginia, I might add, this is your former home state where you were born, isn't it?
It sure is.
You're from a little town out in the hills. What is it, Podunk, Virginia?
Craigsville, Virginia, Jesse. Thank you.
I thought it was Podunk.
No, it's not Podunk. Collar and elbow tie-up. Podunk with Marcus Bagwell, and Lord Steven goes to the arm. Would you call him a bit of a snob?
He's an aristocrat. He's a blue blood. They're all that way. They can't help it. They're taught that way.
Sir, it certainly has been during the break looking down his nose at many of the fans here.
Well, can you blame him?
Well,
I mean, you see some of these people.
good reversal by Bagwell. Bagwell certainly up to the task. Bagwell and Too Cold certainly have to be one of the top contenders to the WCW World Tag Team title. Now, Too Cold has been in Japan wrestling as of late, so they've been basically under singles competition. But now that Too Cold's back, got a shot at the NWA title, I know that down the road they're still going to be as a team.
That depends. If Too Cold wins tonight, Bagwell's on his own.
Well, now that you're right. Look at that. Basically like a toe hold maneuver, not really a drop toe hold because he was already down, and Bagwell reverses.
Nice reversal there by Marcus Alexander. Bagwell into a hammerlock and drives the knee into the fingers of Lord Steven.
That Too Cold Barry Windham match, one of 2 title matches later tonight. Ric Flair back in the ring, 2 out of 3 falls, World Tag title. He and Arn against the Hollywood Blondes, still to come in this program. Plus that gigantic 6-man that we've been talking about. So you hang with us here on Clash of the Champions. Back of the neck.
And let's not forget about Max Payne and Johnny B. Bad.
Exactly. Johnny wants his Bad Blaster back. They'll get a chance in the ring tonight. Take care of it. Good move by Bagwell.
Bagwell flipping Lord Steven by the arm, steps right back in, back to the arm bar. And Lord Steven under the chin drives him back into the ropes.
Forearm shot. It's a play. Oh, there's a European uppercut. One of his primary moves. Of course, his favorite move is the Regal Roll. And he's won many matches with the Regal Roll.
And right there, you can tell he don't know nothing about American football because that was a clip right there, right on the knee.
And Bagwell is in trouble. Regal, now after clipping the knee, going to the leg.
But you got to remember something. Over in England, they don't play wimp games like football. They play rugby. That's football with no pads.
Snapmare, you're calling American football a wimp game?
Well, they got more pads on them than who knows what. I'm talking about rugby being rugged. Even Tina Turner said that. Did you hear that?
No.
She said rugby's a real man's game.
Stomp right on the head. Oh, Lord Steven almost snap-married him over right on our lap here. Thanks for the ropes.
Referee asking Bagwell if he's had enough. Do you want it stopped? And Bagwell says no. But you can see Bagwell, left knee, not faring too well. Lord Steven steps right in, now is twisting him over. And drives the knee into the canvas.
We first saw Lord Steven on WCW Saturday night when the Footman came out the week before, introduced Lord Steven to the contingent, so to speak. And what a program we have coming up this Saturday at 6:05 Eastern Time. We are going to have the British Bulldog in action. Lord Steven will be back, and I'll be talking to he and Sir William as well. And we'll continue our look for Cactus Jack. As you know, Catherine White has not been able to find Cactus Jack, but I understand she'll be going to Cleveland this week to try to find Cactus Jack.
Well, she is one determined woman.
She really is.
Who would go to Cleveland of their own free will?
We'll find out what if she can locate the missing Cactus Jack this week on WCW Saturday night. Look, great move by Bagwell.
Tremendous move by Bagwell. But he's still favoring that left leg. Fires Lord Steven in the rope. Whoa, and look at Lord Steven diving in there. Drops down on that knee again. You gotta like this guy's wrestling, even if you don't like his personality, Tony.
Well, I would agree. The man can really wrestle. As a matter of fact, he's one of the most accomplished wrestlers you'll find in any country. Lord Steven. And we knew that when he first came over here before he started holding his nose high in the air.
Look at that beautiful drop toe hold right there with the legs right back to the knee after throwing in a couple of, as you said, European uppercuts.
And you know, in my times to interview Lord Steven, I always have to talk to Sir William first because I've been told that you don't ask royalty questions. You only speak to Blue Blood and royalty when they speak to you first. Oh, great move by Bagwell. Bagwell still favoring that leg, but he is up to the task. The right leg to the midsection.
Whoa, and a little American forearm right there.
Into the ropes. Tremendous elevation in Bagwell once again with a forearm. Bagwell back into this one now. He covers it. 1, 2. Oh, he got a 2 count that time. But once again, Regal goes for the leg. But this time a backslide coming out of this. 1, 2. Oh, my.
And again a 2 count. Big clothesline there by Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Look at Lord Steven begging off a little bit, asking the commoner for a little time.
Bagwell, waist lock, trying to roll him up. He's got him. 1, 2. Well, only got one shoulder down. And now Lord Steven.
Yes.
Did he get it? Yes.
He got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Lord Steven Regal.
Bagwell's claiming that he had the tights that time.
Tony, you saw the inexperience of Marcus Alexander Bagwell against Lord Steven right there. Bagwell went for a roll-up. He made the mistake of not grabbing the tights. When Lord Steven rolled him over, you saw Lord Steven did grab the tights and got the win. That's ring smarts.
Coming back on TBS, Eric Bischoff will be with us with a special interview. Stay with us.
Welcome back to WCW's Clash of the Champions, where the NWA Championship and World Tag Team title matches are coming up. But first, here's Eric Bischoff with Mean Max Payne.
And we are back at the Clash of the Champions, where in just a few minutes we're going to see my guest, Max Payne, in the ring with Johnny B. Bad, hopefully to end this controversy surrounding the Bad Blaster. But Max Payne, something you want to say?
Hold on a second, Eric. Let's solve this controversy right now. You know, I've been in the lair and I've been thinking about it. And I thought about it a long, hard time, and I said to myself, Max Payne, there's only one thing to do. You know, I tried to teach Johnny B. Bad a little respect. And that's all I wanted out of the deal, really, to be honest with you. So, Johnny, if you'll come out here right now, I'll give you your Bad Blaster back.
Wait a minute. You're saying that before the match, you're going to give Johnny his Bad Blaster, the one that you took from him. Is that what you're saying?
I think only a fair man would think that way, right, Eric?
All right, let's see if we can get Johnny B. Bad out here. Security. I know Johnny B. Bad back in the locker room area. If we could get Johnny B. Bad out here, please. You're going to have your opportunity. Here comes the Bad. Wait a minute.
Hold on a minute, Bad. Now look, I know it's yours. Hold on a minute. I thought about it a long time. And Johnny, I sat in the lair and I said to myself, there's only one right thing to do. And that's give you back what's rightfully yours.
Goodness! Max Payne, what have you done?
Consider it returned, Bad.
Max Payne! Johnny, obviously we gotta help him out. Let's take a break. Help him. Oh my God! Get some help out here. Get some help.
Ladies and gentlemen, I understand because of the injuries just sustained by Johnny B. Bad, he will not be able to compete this evening, and therefore Max Payne.
That means that Johnny B. Bad has forfeited to Max Payne.
Hey, Tony, what do you think? I mean, now who is this coming out?
Well, apparently it's the Z-Man who was in the back and was one of the first men to rush.
Get off! Shooting him in the eyes, huh? You almost took his head off, Payne. You almost blew his head off. Where do you get Payne, you sick egomaniac?
The Z-Man, well, he's going to take matters into his own hands here against Max Payne. He ducked, super kick, drop kick. Z-Man not scheduled to wrestle. And he's going down against Big Max Payne.
Well, that's one thing. The Z-Man comes out here and catches Max totally off guard. Hey, all Max did was literally give Johnny B. Bad his bad gun back again, didn't he?
Now Z-Man, boy, he is just working on emotion right here, Jess. Max absorbed that blow, and Z-Man, this is not a scheduled match. There's no referee out here.
Whoa!
But there's
Max caught him.
The painkiller is on. Now finally, one of the referees comes out of the dressing room.
No way!
And he's not letting go.
He don't have to. It ain't a match. This ain't a sanctioned match, Tony.
Well, you're
he
right.
can hold it as long as he wants
And
to.
he's still holding. Nick Patrick has come out with Randy Anderson. We're going to need some help. Well, finally they get this maniac off of him, who has. Well, we are going to go to a break, fans. We're going to come back for the NWA title. Stay with us here on TBS. Back live on TBS, Tony Schiavone, Jesse the Body Ventura. And finally, Max Payne was sent to the back, but we are set to go with our NWA title match. And here comes the challenger, Jess.
Here he comes, the cold man, Too Cold Scorpio.
God, what about what happened to Johnny B. Bad for crying out loud?
Hey, Johnny got his Bad Blaster back.
And then what happened?
Literally.
Then what happened to the Z-Man?
Well, that's what you get in Z-Man Lance Casey stuck his nose in where it didn't belong.
We hope to have an update on the condition of Johnny B. Bad coming up on WCW Saturday night this Saturday, 6:05 right here on TBS.
You know, people may be able to find it out. Call the 900 number right now.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, Gordon, Sully Michael Hayes will be answering your questions during this clash. He'll be one of the lucky callers to talk live to Gordon and Michael and some of the wrestlers on tonight's card by calling the wrestling hotline. Here comes your NWA champ. Right here on live TV, Barry Windham and Too Cold Scorpio. We may have an update on Johnny B. Bad before the end of the night, and we certainly hope to. When the fans are into this one, this is going to be a classic matchup.
Well, this is the cold man's chance right now, and guess who we got? He's standing right in the middle of that ring, Tony Schiavone.
That's there. He's here with us tonight. Set to go for the NWA title match here on TBS. Let's go to Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to a one-fall match sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. So man your battle stations. This is for the NWA Heavyweight Championship. The referee for this bout is Nick Patrick. Introducing first, wearing the orange and white and weighing 233.5 pounds. He's ranked number 3 in the world, along with his partner Marcus Bagwell, for a shot at the World Tag Team title. With 6 years of experience, he's had over 400 professional wrestling matches. And tonight, after just returning from a tour of Japan, he gets a shot at a heavyweight title. Ladies and gentlemen, the disc that don't miss. He's the challenger from Denver, Colorado, the high flyer, Too Cold Scorpio. And his opponent wearing black and red and weighing 261 pounds. This second-generation professional from Sweetwater, Texas, has 4 times been a World Tag Team Championship, and twice he's held the United States titles. He won this NWA title by defeating the Great Muta in Super Brawl 3. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the NWA Heavyweight Champion, the Lone Wolf, Barry Windham.
All right, so we are set to go in our first title match at Clash of the Champions. Don't forget the World Tag Team title. Flair's first appearance in the ring. He and Arn against the Hollywood Blondes still to come in our big 6-man. Rude Vader Vicious against Rode, the British Bulldog and Sting. And we are red hot in Norfolk at Clash of the Champions.
I'll tell you what, Michael Buffer knows how to set that table, doesn't he, Tony?
No doubt about that, Jess. Good to have him with us. Good to have you with us wherever you are. As Michael Buffer told us, Nick Patrick is the referee assigned. Here we go. What do you think about in this match, Jess? You got the speed and you got the tall, big NWA champ.
Well, it's simple. If you go with experience, you go with Windham. But if you go with who's hot here in WCW, you might think Too Cold Scorpio may spring the upset of the year right now.
Absolutely.
He's coming in off a successful tour of Japan, and the guy needs to dictate the pace of the matchup. He can't allow Windham. And there he did it. He caught Windham with a big drop kick right out of the get-go. And that's what the cold man's got to do. He's got to take chances. He doesn't dare wrestle conservative.
Windham being very deliberate in the opening part of this match against Scorpio.
You know, in reality, Scorpio's got nothing to lose here, Tony. He is the challenger, but not many people giving him much of a chance, so he can turn it loose.
Absolutely. This is his shot, and he's having tremendous audience watching. Good to have you with us. As we said, we are coming live in the Norfolk Scope. Tremendous crowd on hand. Barry Windham a little bit too close to Scorpio that time, and that, I think that shocked Windham as much as anything else to see a slam.
Yeah, absolutely. Too Cold showing he's got some power. The Norfolk Scope. Why do they call it a scope?
It's Norfolk. It's not Norfolk. It's Norfolk.
Whatever, but why do they call it a scope? It's an auditorium. It's a civic center, a scope.
The Scope Coliseum.
Well, one thing good about it here, you got all Navy. You ain't got any jarheads. You ain't got no Army dog faces in this town.
Right hand. You make enemies everywhere you go, don't you? Right hand. And there's a chop from Barry Windham in the back. Windham. The man who, in the corner, refused to comment on the return of Ric Flair. Walked out on me, walked out on you on WCW Saturday night. Finally, he made it known that he is no longer a horseman. He is a lone wolf, and therefore the name, the Lone Wolf, Barry Windham. Scorpio up on top, taking Windham down by the legs. Unorthodox takedown that time by Scorpio, but he turns it into maybe a half crab, where Windham goes to the ropes.
Well, he attempted to get it into a half Boston crab, but Barry Windham, the veteran, got to the rope, jumps out to the floor, and there you see the smart wrestler. That's why he's the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Windham has been very vocal about the return of Flair. Take a look at this crowd and the beautiful Scope Coliseum.
Scope?
In Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, it's named after the mouthwash. I can see why here in Virginia.
Oh my. You never quit. I mean, you never quit. Right hand to the jaw. Back in the corner. And Scorpio sending Windham on a great reversal. He ducked the right hand. Windham ducked also.
Whoa, They both ducked on that one, but Too Cold couldn't duck on the big Barry Windham, size 14 to the chest.
As earlier when Windham was shocked about the slam, Scorpio may have been shocked about Windham's quickness right there. Windham levels it. Barry Windham leveled him from the top.
You know, I'll tell you what, everybody knows how good Too Cold is with his aerial stuff, but Barry Windham is no slouch when it comes to taking that 6'7", 270-pound frame up and doing aerial maneuvers. He's going up again.
Windham.
Nope, maybe not.
The Lone Wolf getting a head start here.
Whoa!
Broke the knee. I think he thought about it, Jess, but realized that Scorpio was way too far away to go up top.
That was just as bad. Big elevation, driving the knee into the side of the ear, the side of the head on Too Cold Scorpio. And the man from Denver's in trouble.
I know he's going to be watching the match later on with Flair, as everybody in the arena will be. 1, 2 count.
Wow, Windham thought he had him there in a bit of a sloppy cover. He didn't hook a leg. You can see Windham glaring at Too Cold. Oh, and look at that, goes right into the eyes and face. That's the mean streak in Barry Windham. That's what I like about him. Even if he don't want to talk to you, Tony.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to anybody. He wants to talk to you. And that's his prerogative. This is not the NBA where we fine people for not talking to reporters. Right hand.
By the way, who's Michael Jordan betting on tonight?
I really set you up for that one, didn't I? Into the ropes. Oh! Windham held onto the ropes on the far side.
I heard Jordan's given 2-1 on the Hollywood Blondes later.
They got to go 2 out of 3 falls. The old way, the old-fashioned way, title match. There is the leaping DDT from Windham. He got it on Scorpio, and this is maybe at 1, 2. Scorpio got out of the way. You know, I said leaping DDT. I don't think it was a leaping DDT. It was just straight down and kind of...
Nonetheless, it was a DDT, and I'm amazed that Scorpio was able to kick out right before that 3 count. Man, oh man.
Kind of a nonchalant cover that time, would you say, Jess?
Well, Windham's cocky. You could tell Windham thinks, whoa, outside cradle.
1, 2 with a cradle. He almost got the NWA title, did Scorpio.
You know, Windham better not take this kid lightly. He's got everything going his way right now. But as a champion, you can't take any opponent light. Gut wrench. And there was a decent cover, but Scorpio again kicking out.
And Windham now not looking for a pin here. He is just going to lay in some punishment on Scorpio. If you just joined us, Johnny B. Bad was seriously injured at the hands of Max Payne in the Bad Blaster. He actually shot it right off in his face, the Bad Blaster. If you call the hotline right now, you may be able to hear an update on the condition of Johnny B. Bad. We have not received any communication as of yet. There's a drop kick from Too Cold.
I'd give him the condition right now, Tony.
Oh, Windham to the midsection. What's that, Chief?
He's hurting.
Well, you're right. To what extent, we don't know. We know it's in the face. The man who prided himself on being the prettiest in WCW. And now Windham, the NWA champion, has Scorpio hurt here. And Windham taking his measure of Too Cold. I wonder if the recent tour of Japan maybe has is Scorpio a little bit tired here?
Well, Too Cold's not flying too well. He may be suffering from jet lag. And that's his own fault. He knew he had this match coming up. Why the heck would he run off to Japan? What do you think? Eating raw fish would make him stronger?
I don't know. He has some competition over there. Out he goes. Scorpio hit hard on the outside, and Wyndham's after it. Nick Patrick, the referee, asserting himself here.
Yep, Patrick took control there. Wyndham started to go to the floor. Patrick made him think otherwise. And Wyndham back in the ring now. He's going to pull Too Cold up on his own. And you're right, Too Cold looks lethargic, Tony. Then again, it might just be he's out of his league.
I don't think that's the case at all. And I know the fans around the world watching this realize that Scorpio, one of the top contenders for the World Tag title, has been focusing on tag matches as of late. But he has his shot here, and anything can happen. Scorpio on top, one! Wyndham got out in a 2 count that time, but that was close, Jess.
Close but no cigar. Barry Windham still the champ and still in control. And look at the size 14 into the midsection again. And this, whoa, and look at that drop kick. I told you about it earlier. Too Cold's the master of aerial, but don't sell Barry Windham short on it.
Scorpio sent into the ropes. Wyndham hoisting him up. Oh, crucifix. Drop back on it.
This is over now. It's got to be.
No, sir. He got the right shoulder up. Barry did not really put all of his weight down across the chest that time, Jess.
Unbelievable. I didn't think he had to. Scorpio fighting on instinct right now. I give him credit. The kid's hanging in there. He's being resilient.
That goes into the makeup of a great professional wrestler.
But look at that. Wyndham just measures that right hand, Tony. Look at Too Cold's out on his feet. He's cold, all right. He's out cold. After this match, they might call him out cold Scorpio. Belly to back suplex.
Here we go. Cover 1, 2. And once again, he gets that right shoulder up. Notice how Wyndham's cover is not really pressing him. And he's enabling Scorpio just to shoot the right shoulder up here. Wow, what a matchup. We still have that 6-man tag, Rude, Vader, and Vicious against Dustin.
Oh, look
Sting,
at this, look at this. Wyndham's paintbrushing, oh.
And a 2 out of 3 fall World Tag title match, the return of Ric Flair. But Wyndham right now. Scorpio showing, as you said, Jess, resiliency, tenacity, never say die attitude here. And he crawls right down the big Texan's back and covers it.
And he almost stole one there. Oh, but he walked into the clothesline by Barry Windham. Wyndham's dictating the tempo of this match, though. Yeah. Don't you agree, Tony?
There's no question about
that. And I
that.
said at the outset that Too Cold wouldn't be able to win it if he allowed Wyndham to dictate the tempo of the match.
Over the top, Scorpio once again fires back on Wyndham. A back suplex, and now both men are down. Scorpio with a tremendous move out of desperation, but not able to follow it up with anything here, Jess.
Well, he slowed Wyndham down. That's the one positive thing he got out of that. Wyndham now having trouble getting up.
Into the eyes. Barry Windham. Now, well, he's going to set him up for a superplex. One of his premier moves. Scorpio, you can tell he's winded or he wouldn't be able to sit for this one. Oh, he threw him off!
Whoa!
1, 2!
He kicked out!
Did he?
2!
Oh, I thought it was 3. Oh, my. I thought it was 3. So did many of the fans here. Scorpio up on top, Wyndham. Scorpio with like a victory roll. Didn't go for the cover there.
Instead, the cold man's gonna dish out some more punishment to the NWA champion right hand. Whoa, a super kick right to the jaw. Staggers Wyndham against the top rope.
Rolls him up. 1, 2.
Whoa, Wyndham snakes his way out of that one.
That's the first time I saw a slide out of a pinning predicament. Scorpio! 1, 2, and Wyndham's out of it again! He's out of it again, unbelievable!
What a matchup, Tony Schiavone! I love it!
NWA title and Clash of the Champions! Scorpio up top!
He got it with a drop kick!
And the cover again! No, he didn't get it again! Oh my, oh my!
It's only in WCW and TBS do you see this kind of wrestling, Tony.
Wyndham sending Scorpio out, but Scorpio back in.
Oh, he caught him coming over the top.
Right hand, right in the jaw. And now Wyndham after the right hand. Here it comes. Hooks him. Leaping DDT. He got it that time. He got it. 1, 2. And Barry Windham wins it. Let's get the official word on this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and still NWA Heavyweight Champion, the Lone Wolf, Barry Windham.
Wow, Jesse Ventura, you talk about taking your breath away. We saw some spectacular moves, but I think more than anything else, we saw the ability of the Lone Wolf to continue to come back.
Well, there you see, Wyndham caught Too Cold. Too Cold left himself vulnerable, coming over the top rope. Wyndham was ready for him, caught him with the right hand, which set him up for that. The leaping DDT, which drove Too Cold into the ring and knocked him out cold. 1, 2, 3, Wyndham holds the title.
Still to come, the gigantic six-man tag, and then 2 out of 3 for the World Tag title on TBS. Stay with us.
He goes higher, he's on fire. Man, that snake is sharp as my wire.
It's Beach Blast. It's the second one, and boy, we had a great time last year. And this year, the event will be on pay-per-view on Sunday, July 18th. Call your local cable operator to order Beach Blast. And to tell you what, last Beach Blast, you were surrounded by beautiful women, weren't you?
Oh, and you can bet this Beach Blast I'll be surrounded by more. Hey, you want to see a Sylvester Stallone impersonation?
Yes.
Right there.
That's good. Fans, and the Beach Blast will be coming up. We'll have more information on WCW Saturday night in the weeks to come. Right here on TBS, 6:05 Eastern Time this Saturday, we should have more information. We told you earlier, you saw earlier that you could order a video cassette of this Clash of the Champions. Here's the information. Call 1-800-732-0700 for credit card orders, or send $19.99 plus $4.50 shipping and handling. Check your money order to this address to order a video cassette of tonight's Clash of the Champions. To Clash of the Champions, 9710 DeSoto Avenue, Chatsworth, California, 91311-4409. Make the checks payable to Ames Media to order Clash of the Champions. And what a match we have with Barry Windham and Too Cold Scorpio to have on video cassette.
Tremendous matchup. Where's your checkbook? I want to send off with your money. You hid your checkbook, Tony.
Standing by in the back right now is Eric Bischoff, getting ready for this tremendous six-man tag match, talking to Sting, Dustin Rhodes, and the British Bulldog. Let's take it to Eric. Eric?
Thanks, guys, and this is definitely the calm before the storm, because in just a few minutes, we've got a colossal six-man coming up. Sting, Dustin Rhodes, Davey Boy Smith to step into the ring with Sid Vicious, Big Van Vader, and of course, Ravishing Rick Rude. Dustin Rhodes, with everything that's happened between you and Rude, this is a tremendous opportunity for you.
This is a tremendous opportunity, Eric Bischoff, Ravishing Rick Rude. Your number is up tonight, my man. Your number is up. You and I are going to be face-to-face at some time in that match. And Sid Vicious, Big Van Vader, I want you three to know one thing. You're looking at possibly the greatest three teamed up ever in professional wrestling history. So tonight, we are going to take care of business.
Well, you know, Eric Bischoff, Big Van Vader, he's a big man. Sid Vicious is a big man. Rick Rude's a big man. But right now, you're looking at the triple threat. The British Bulldog, the Stinger, and Dustin Rhodes. We mean business tonight. Come on, step in the square circle. Let's settle it once and for all, right, Stinger?
You got it, British Bulldog. You're all three real intense, aren't you? Masters of the power bomb. Well, I'll be damned if I let somebody master me. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. We just want to do it. So here we go.
These guys are ready. The match coming up in just a few minutes. Big six-man action coming your way right after this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest on the Clash of the Champions 6-man tag team action. Introducing team number 1. First, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing 249 pounds, the man who says he never lost the United States Championship, Ravishing Rick Rude. Accompanied by former champion Harley Race from the Rocky Mountains, weighing 450 pounds, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Big Van Vader. And their partner, accompanied by Colonel Rob Parker from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing 325 pounds, the man who rules the world, Sid Vicious.
Maybe in the history of our sport, you're not going to get 3 more awesome figures together in one ring.
And you noticed Rude with the briefcase. I believe Harley Race has it right now. We know what's inside that briefcase, don't we, Tony?
The U.S. heavyweight title belt that he does not have it, and WCW says he has to give it back, but he says, come and get it.
He never lost it. It's in the suitcase.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents in this one-fall contest. Introducing first, from Austin, Texas, he weighs 261 pounds, the natural Dustin Rhodes. From Manchester, England, 265 pounds, Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. And from Venice Beach, California, weighing 251 pounds, this is Sting.
Here we go. Now, Sting and Davey Boy Smith have an offer to retire that they will answer this Saturday on WCW Saturday Night from the Master of the Powerbomb. Dustin just wants to get his hands on Ravishing Rick Rude, and we've talked to Rude. We've talked to Rude many times before this match, and Rude has said, as long as the Masters of the Powerbomb worry about their business, I'll worry about mine, and that is Dustin Rhodes. And this is going to be explosive, and you're seeing it live on TBS.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony. Davey Boy Smith and Sting may not have a choice. They may have to retire after tonight. They may graciously take plane tickets and go anywhere in the world. Where would you go? I'd pick Tahiti.
You'd pick Tahiti?
Yeah. I know where. I suppose you're going to say Podunk, Virginia.
No.
It would be your first choice.
There you see Colonel Rob Parker. By the way, Colonel Rob Parker and Sid Vicious do plan after the night is over to be on the Wrestling Hotline in our wrap-up show. You may have a chance to talk to them live starting about 10:25 tonight in our post-event show. But we are in the event. We still got the World Tag Title with Flair's first appearance. Sting starting out with Rick Rude. 2 men who are no strangers in the scope and a fever pitch already.
Yeah, the Stinger and Ravishing Rick Rude. Omaha. I bet you that's where you pick to go.
Wrong again. Side headlock. Sting.
And we start right off with a little test of strength right here. Sting with a top wrist lock, Ravishing Rick Rude muscling his way out of it.
Test of strength here. Notice that Vader did not come in with a world title belt, but Rude came in with that U.S. belt in this Halliburton briefcase. And Sting holding on. Boy, the test is here who is going to be able to function as a team. And the jury is out with the team of Rude and the Masters of the Powerbomb.
Yeah, but remember one thing, Tony. This is a 6-man. At some point in the bout, you're going to have mayhem. No doubt. It always happens.
Exactly. Reversal by Rude. Rude, one of the quickest athletes that you will find in this sport.
Rude back Stinger into the neutral corner. See if we get a no. Good looking elbow.
where Sting does not want to be. You hear Harley Race, who had set the U.S. title belt down beside us, encouraging the former U.S. champion on.
What do you mean? He is the U.S. champion. He's got the belt.
He is not the U.S. champion, Jesse. We'll argue. Oh, up he goes.
Who has the belt?
The briefcase does right now. Up in the air he goes.
Whoa.
Sting giving the Masters the power bomb. A present where they dump Rude down, and Sting taking on both men now. From behind, Rude is the legal man. Rude trying to elevate Sting with a slam. Sting rolls him up inside Kratom. 2. That's a quick 2 that time. Here comes Dustin. Boy, does he want Rude. No wrestling holds here. No wrestling holds here. The Colonel and Harley Race wondering what's gone wrong.
Oh! There's what's gone wrong. Dustin rolled out of the way, and Big Van Vader, the world champion, dropped right on Ravishing Rick Rude, who I consider the U.S. heavyweight champion. Champion meant champion right there.
Once again, it gets down to, Jesse, who can function as a 6-man team.
You can hear Harley Race yelling in my mic, this ain't supposed to be happening like this.
Well, of course it isn't, but it is. And there's to the midsection. Big Sid Vicious gets the tag of the British Bulldog. Their first time in. Rude took quite a beating, but Rude's a resilient athlete, one of the greatest in our sport. Better believe he'll be back.
And Sid's caught in the wrong corner.
The British Bulldog picked up Sid Vicious. And Vicious now.
Oh, what a cheap shot that was.
Oh, down he goes. And again. But Sid Vicious still comes back with a foot. Vicious sending the Davey Boy, and the British Bulldog ducks. Tremendous shoulder block that time out of the side. Dustin back in. Boy, you talking about at a fever pitch. They have really kicked in high gear the opening moments of the match, and here he comes.
And Dustin going to work on the world champ.
Not letting up. He's beating the world champion down.
I'll tell you what, Harley Race is beside himself outside the ring. Dustin Rhodes doing a maul job on Big Van Vader, the world heavyweight champion.
Look at the fans standing everywhere. I don't think the big guy expected this at all, Jet. Oh, my. Oh, my. Can he do it? Oh, yeah. What about that kid? The man who says he should be the U.S. heavyweight champion as well.
Well, right now he's doing a number on the world heavyweight champion. Oh, this is set up for another cheap shot here.
Dustin.
He better not be drawn too long up there. If you're going to the top, do what you're going to do.
He missed, and Rude was pulling on the rope that time. Vader, whoa, big left-handed forearm, and it knocked Dustin for a little loop.
Gave him a total 360 and put him flat on his back. Now Big Vader's going up. It might be over, Tony.
You're right, too. Dustin barely got up, but he did. Vader irate. Harley Race right above us. He's screaming. He said he got him. He got him, and now Rude is back in. And you know Rude was waiting for this moment.
Race complaining about the count of the referee, but Ravishing Rick Rude stepping in. Now who do you think the real U.S. title holder is here, Tony? Look at who's winning.
Nobody is right now, Jess. No one has the U.S. heavyweight title. Hopefully that'll get settled very soon. But right now, it's a tremendous grudge going on, and Rude asked Dustin where he wants it. It was the logical tag for this team. When Rude was in trouble, when Rude 1, 2. Did he get it? No, he got a 2.
And Race again berating the referee.
When Dustin was in trouble, the logical tag was to Rude to get his shots in. Harley Race complaining about the referee Randy Anderson, and that front face dropped that time, and here comes Sid Vicious. Dustin needs a tag desperately, but Sid Vicious goes right between the shoulder blades of the big foot.
Well, unfortunately for Dustin Rhodes, Ravishing Rick Rude recovered quicker, was able to go over and tag his partner, Sid Vicious, the man who rules the world. And Big Sid firing Dustin Rhodes, using one of those big monstrous arms, firing Rhodes back into that buckle.
Boy, he is a monster, isn't he? Take a look at Sid Vicious and the fans trying to encourage Dustin to get back up. Dustin does get back up. Not much steam in those blows, though, as he's taken quite a beating, and Big Sid Vicious, whoa, takes him over side headlock. Dustin with a head scissors. And Vicious nips up out of that. Oh, tremendous athletic ability by one half of the masters of the powerbomb. 1, 2, Dustin barely got away.
And Dustin Rhodes is hurting right now, Tony. Big Sid throwing a right hand in there.
Last week on WCW Saturday Night, the Masters of the Powerbomb were formed. They said they were going to give the British Bulldog and Sting 1 week to decide to retire or not and get out of their way. We will have that answer at 6:05 this Saturday night. But right now, same corner that happened moments ago. This time, it's Vader pounding Dustin down.
Big Van Vader, he loves to do that. Take an opponent to the corner and literally box their ears off with that big forearms. And Vader's going up.
Came off the kernel on that one as Dustin converted that into a power slam.
Well, that was a classic example of using somebody's own strength and weight against them. But again, a quick tag by Van Vader to Ravishing Rick Rude, and Dustin Rhodes is caught again. Look at this.
Oh, wow. Rude's got him. Dustin trying to fight out of it. Look at Dustin. He reversed Rude.
He knocked Rude out!
And the referee telling Vader and Vicious to get back in. Tag is made. No tag.
Ref didn't see it. There was a tag, but he was tied up with Vader and Vicious.
Dustin may have had the match won right there. May have had it won right there. And now all 6 are going at him. Vader's down on the floor. Sting's there with him.
Who's legal?
I don't know.
I lost track of who's legal.
Sting. Oh! Sting hit the safety rail. Harley Race has the Halliburton with a U.S. title in it.
Oh, and he caught Dustin Rhodes with it.
And Dustin's out.
Rude's on top. Here's the count.
1, 2, 3, it's over.
It's over.
Rude pins Dustin, who was knocked out with a Halliburton.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the team of Ravishing Rick Rude, Sid Vicious, and Big Van Vader.
And look at now. They're going to retire Davey Boy Smith.
He's all alone. Davey Boy Smith is all alone because, oh, big power bomb. Big power bomb. And now the Halliburton. Sting's got the U.S. title. Halliburton case.
Too little, too late, Tony.
Oh, they laid him out.
Rude, Vader, and Vicious win it.
The masters of the power bomb and the one and only Ravishing Rick Rude together. Rude made the cover. What a struggle this was. Davey Boy, Dustin, and Sting. The referee has the Halliburton in for the fight. And this match is over. We have the World Tag Team title 2 out of 3 falls coming up next. Oh, it's hard hitting on TBS.
Welcome back to WCW's Clash of the Champions. And now, here's Eric Bischoff with the living legend, Larry Zbyszko.
And we are back live at the Clash of the Champions. Tremendous action here tonight. Larry, this is the one everybody's been waiting for. Flying Brian, Stunning Steve, they've been talking about age being a big factor in this contest. Sum it up, how do you see it?
Well, this is the match I've been waiting for, and I'm going to sum this up with one short and sweet witty sism. To be the men, you've got to beat the men.
And all four men are ready to get it on. Let's get down to the ring.
All right, thanks a lot. Eric Bischoff and Larry Zbyszko, as we are just about set to go, and this place is going to erupt when these two men walk through the curtain, and there they are. He is back. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and Arn Anderson, members of the Horsemen. This match is 2 out of 3 falls, Jesse. Television time remaining.
Well, you know, they talked about age, and we're caught in the time warp tonight, Tony, because again, 2 out of 3 falls goes back a number of years in the world of professional wrestling.
Ric Flair won his first World Heavyweight title in 1979. I was there when he won in 1983. 9 times he's been the heavyweight champion of the world. He has been a member of the World Tag Team Champions on many occasions. And now his shot once again with Arn Anderson, but they got to go through, there you see the Flair fans here, they got to go through the #1 team in the entire world.
Oh yeah, my favorite tag team personally, the Hollywood Blondes. Stunning Steve and Flying Brian.
The World Tag Team Champions. This was billed as the Battle of the Decades, meaning the 1990s against the 1980s. It became a World Tag Team title match. Flair and Arn said, let's make it 2 out of 3 falls. We saw on WCW Saturday night a tremendous fight that ensued in the locker room area between these 4 men. And here we go. It is the point of no return. We go to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best 2 out of 3 falls. Once again, your referee is Nick Patrick. And now the Clash of Champions continues. This contest is for the Tag Team Heavyweight Championship of the World. So from Norfolk, Virginia, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, the challengers, 2 members of the Horsemen. First from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 261 1/2 pounds and wearing the white colors. He's a 4-time tag team champion with 4 different partners. He's a former world television champion who has 10 years of experience as a pro. Ladies and gentlemen, from the legendary Anderson family, introducing the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. And his partner, wearing purple and weighing in at 236 pounds. From Charlotte, North Carolina, we have one of the legends of pro wrestling. In almost 2 decades of competition, he has had over 6,000 matches, making him one of the all-time superstars of the sport. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 9-time professional wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, the one, the only Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And their opponents weighing in at a combined 476 pounds. Wearing black and silver, they have over 100 title defenses. And they are the self-proclaimed tag team of the 1990s. Ladies and gentlemen, from Hollywood, California, the undisputed tag team heavyweight champions of the world, Flying Brian and Stunning Steve, the Hollywood Blondes.
So here we go.
I'll tell you what, Tony, nobody does it any better on ring introductions than the one, the only Michael Buffer.
Want to remind the fans, this is 2 out of 3 falls. It is television time for the World Tag Title. There's a lot of animosity. There is a tremendous amount of bitterness, bad blood, but now knowing Nature Boy Ric Flair, the consummate pro, and Arn Anderson, they can put it all behind him and focus on becoming World Tag Team Champions.
I think the bad blood lies more with Anderson and Flair, because it was the Blondes who insulted them. It was the Blondes that called him old. I think they called Arn a statue, didn't they?
They've called him everything.
Flair for the gold.
They've called him everything.
And here we go, Flying Brian, one half of the tag champions, against the enforcer Arn Anderson of the legendary Anderson family and the Four Horsemen. And look at this, Flying Brian doing his mimic of the Nature Boy. And he gets a smile out of the Nature Boy on it.
Ric Flair has been through it all, Jess. He has been in great title matches.
I don't think you're going to intimidate him.
No, not at all. Back to the corner.
Little Hollywood focus there, little
having a little
lights,
fun.
camera action.
Yeah, he's having fun now. Uh-oh. The fun stops there. Again. Brian got a knee in that time. Oh. Oh. Oh! Anderson had had enough of that, and the southpaw digs in.
And Flying Brian wants a timeout. The only problem is this is wrestling. You don't get a timeout, but he thumbed him and then went to the eyes.
How quickly they do change. There's a backhand chop that time. There's a reversal, Anderson. Oh, Anderson caught him!
And clotheslined him on the top rope and kicked him in the ribs.
Anderson is looking sharp, isn't he? And he wants Austin. Stunning Steve on his way in.
Oh, making reference to the belly. Called him Fat Boy.
You like that, don't you?
Well, it's kind of humorous, Tony.
You like it when people run other people down. Side headlock.
And Stunning Steve with a quick elbow on the Nature Boy, but a leg sweep by Arn Anderson. There's the tag, and here comes the Nature Boy.
Don't be fooled. He's ready to fight.
Whoa, big back body drop. And then he brings Flying Brian in. Nature Boy's taking care of both of the world champions right now. He grabbed him by the mouth.
Right by the jaw. Well, that's been the biggest part of the Hollywood Blondes lately, their mouth. Flair measures him. He's going after Flying Brian. Arn Anderson working on Stunning Steve in the other corner. And it's mayhem in Norfolk.
And again, let's remind everyone, Tony, this is 2 out of 3 falls. 2 out of 3 falls. This is not a 1-fall matchup. Nature Boy back to the face.
And you get a not so often look right down the throat of Stunning Steve, but it goes right to the eyes.
Well, he had to do something. Nature Boy Ric Flair had everything going his way. Stunning Steve out on the floor. Flying Brian staggering around. No, he's back on the apron now. Austin taking his time outside the ring, trying to get his bearings back, Tony.
Along with Paul Roma, Flair and Arn make up the Horsemen. And look at this. Austin back in, pounding away at Flair, who gets the advantage again on top. Sends Austin back in.
The big chop, the big right hand. And now into Anderson's knee in the corner. Stunning Steve trying to take a timeout. It ain't gonna work.
This animosity all began on an edition of A Flair for the Gold, when the guest of Ric Flair were the Hollywood Blondes, and he talked about the unkind things they said about Anderson and Flair. And then right here on TBS, their rendition of A Flair for the Old, the mockery of Nature Boy Ric Flair. And now it has transpired into Flair's first return for the World Tag Team Championship, but Anderson now.
Let's remember something though, Tony. Flair and Anderson don't have age on their side. The longer the match goes, I think the advantage will shift to the Blondes. But right now, Stunning Steve's got to make a tag. He's hurting.
And see, I would disagree. Ric Flair has been known as probably the finest conditioned athlete the sport has ever seen. The longer it goes, the stronger he gets.
That was the old days, Tony.
No, that wasn't that. That is now.
How can you say it's now when it's his first time back in the ring?
Because he's in the greatest shape of his life. Got his brand new gym in Charlotte, North Carolina. Always in immaculate condition.
And what's that called? Flair for the Golds?
That's close. Arn Anderson sent in. And there it is, the towel comes into play. Hanged Anderson with the towel.
Well, Flying Brian took some heavies there, but he got the damage done on Arn Anderson. The tide has shifted now, Tony.
What do you think you're doing? You're choking.
And back to the towel. You can see Flying Brian. He's got it around the neck of Arn Anderson. Nature Boy too late in getting over there.
Arn Anderson, who was a World Tag Team Champion with, as Michael Buffer told us, 4 different opponents. One of them here tonight, the living legend Larry Zbyszko. But Anderson, a member of the Anderson family, and a cousin of that Anderson family, is the Nature Boy Ric Flair. So more than just close friends, team partners, they are family. And Arn Anderson, the enforcer, getting unloaded on by Flying Brian now.
Well, you can see Anderson slowed down a lot, Tony. Maybe the arthritis is bothering him a little.
What arthritis? You reading some medical report that I'm not?
No. You know, don't old people get that?
But he's not old, Jesse.
Oh.
A knee. Oh, the back. And you're right inside of the action. 2 out of 3 falls live at the Clash of the Champions for the World Tag Team Championship.
I guess you'd have to say about Flair and Arn, they're like vintage wine, Tony. Right?
First.
They get better with age.
Absolutely.
But right now, Arn's looking like a bottle of Ripple.
Raked across the forehead. Jesse, would you please?
What, get you one?
No, would you please stay off of this?
What do you prefer, Pagan Pink?
Tag is made, and Anderson is in major trouble with the Blondes.
Oh, yeah. The Blondes got Arn where they want him.
You're seeing the World Tag Team Champions at their best. This fine-oiled machine. Arn continues to fight back, one of his trademarks. And you talk about endurance. You're taking a look at it right now on Arn Anderson. Sheer guts. Anderson, who's not 100%, who's taking a beating, continues to fire back out of desperation, needs to make a tag, and is close.
Whoa, and Stunning Steve. Oh, but he didn't hurt him. Whoa. Anderson caught him with a DDT. Stunning Steve took a little too much time to do some filming of the Nature Boy, and when he spun around, Arn was waiting for him.
Yeah, it was take 2 time.
Very good, Tony.
Tag is made, and there's Flair. Oh, they nailed it. They got the knee of Anderson right before the tag, and he's out on the floor. And Flair's in against 2 men.
Well, Flying Brian, the ex-Cincinnati Bengal, knows how to clip somebody, and that's what he did to Arn Anderson on the floor. But right now, it's Nature Boy Ric Flair with the offense. Whoa! Front atomic drop. Stunning Steve into the ring. Nature Boy catches him with an elbow, knocks him out to the floor.
Anderson still on the floor. That knee is hurting. And Flair and Flying Brian now in the ring.
Well, the problem with Anderson is had a history of knee trouble, and I think
Both men now, it's one man against two here. Look at Anderson trying to get up. Flair, forearm. 1, 2, 3.
The first fall is won by Nature Boy Ric Flair over Flying Brian.
We have to take this TV timeout. Flair's looking at Arn. He's hurt. We'll take a break and be back for the next fall on TBS.
Ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable. The winner and new heavyweight.
The bell sounds. During the entire time during the break, Flair was attending to Arn Anderson, who is still trying to walk off that hurt knee. That was a knee that put him out of action the first part of 1993, sent him home. And we have to wonder, the cocky and confident now Hollywood Blondes, even though they're down 1-0, what effects is going to have on the remainder of the match?
Well, all I know is the Blondes got to pick up a fall here. Whoa, Nature Boy reversing. Flying Brian around and gives him a chop of his own, followed by a big right hand and another chop.
Well, they are slapping leather here, man. Flair over the top. Oh boy, backhand of both men. Flair got the first pinfall, Flying Brian, one more pin, and we're gonna have new World Tag Team Champions. Flair hit hard that time. I think his head went off of the mat that time and hit the cement, Jess. And Anderson, who is operating with a bad wheel here. Meanwhile, down on the floor, Austin picks up Flair and a suplex on the mat. Not that much give out there, Jess.
No give out there at all. And Arn Anderson made a mistake there because he tied up the referee and allowed Stunning Steve to do that damage on the Nature Boy on the floor.
What a fight we have seen. We still have potentially 2 falls remaining for the World Tag Team Championship. Flair and Arn, 1 fall, number 1. One more, they will be the World Tag Team Champions. But you gotta wonder, how much of a team is left, because Arn Anderson is hurt and Flair's not looking too good here. But there he goes. Flair in trouble.
Whoa, and Flying Brian rams Flair head first into the railing.
Now Austin. We talked about Flair's resiliency, his ability to come back. It's going to be put to the test right here. Anderson's got a chair, and he's going to take the chair over and clean out house here.
Now he's taking the chair over to make sure no more damage is done to the Nature Boy. Flair's hurting him, he's in trouble.
He really is.
And Flying Brian of the Blondes is waiting for him. There's the tag to Stunning Steve.
Flair being double teamed. And
there's the towel.
Again. And an irate Arn Anderson and Flair double team one more time.
It doesn't do Anderson any good to come in the ring. He's better off staying on the apron.
Side of the head.
A superplex off the top. And Nature Boy withering in pain.
Trying to make a tag to Arn Anderson, but cut off by Austin. Got a 2, and Flair got out of that. It wasn't really a lateral press.
Come on, Tony, pick it up a little bit.
Pick it up.
Just because the Hollywood Blondes are winning, you ain't as excited.
Head first. Elbow. Flair hits hard. Into the turnbuckle.
Flying Brian wants a tag, but Stunning Steve decides to hang in there and throw a few shoulders into the midsection of the Nature Boy.
You want to talk about ability, resiliency? You're looking at Ric Flair, who's taken every bit that Austin and Flying Brian have leveled on him and continues to fight back here. He's always said he's the 60-minute man, and he's showing it right here. Oh yeah, the legendary Ric Flair back up again.
Trying to make that tag, but his legs are like rubber right now, Tony. And Stunning Steve, one half of the world champions. Tags flying, Brian, the fresh man, into the ring.
Oh, yeah. Flair absorbing those chops. Now sending Brian to the ropes. It's been all Ric Flair in the second fall for his team. Anderson had been hurt. During the entire break, Anderson was nursing the hurt knee down on the floor. And now Flair so desperately needs a tag here.
But the problem is, can Anderson's wheel take it if he gets the tag?
Tag, Austin in.
Tag, Arn Anderson.
And now double A. The fresh man. Oh, yeah.
Big back body drop.
Into the ropes. Into the midsection goes Anderson. Back of the neck. Oh, what a match we're seeing. The second fall. Flair and Arn have 1-4-1. The second fall here. Here it is. Here it is. That's it. Oh, we got a save, or we would have had new World Tag Team Champions.
Ha-ha. Flying Brian in the right place at the right time. And there's the clip.
The clip.
He clipped him again. Sam Weiss style of the Cincinnati Bengals. There's the cover. 1, 2. No!
He got out. Incredible.
But Arn Anderson's knee is gone, Tony.
You may be right here, Jess. And that's exactly what the Hollywood Blondes are homing in at.
Anderson may have to give it up.
Kind of like the Tyrannosaurus Rex in Jurassic Park. When they smell blood, they get wild. And they sense right now that Arn Anderson's hurt. Side of the head.
Anderson fighting his way out of there. Oh, and look at Brian going back to the knee. You know, wrestling's tough enough, but when you only got one wheel out there, it's all, look at that.
Yep.
He can't even go across the ring.
Nope.
Flying Brian tried to Irish whip him. Anderson goes down on his face. He may be incapable of hardly defending himself.
But he's not incapable of kicking out. The ability.
But as the Rolling Stones say, time ain't on their side.
Grabbing on the knee, and Anderson, the referee checking with Anderson as well as counting. Anderson! Tremendous desperation move that time, and he's trying to get the Flair.
He can't make it though. Stunning Steve holding on. Look at Anderson fighting to get there. You know what's interesting, Tony? Who demanded this to be 2 out of 3? Because if it was one fall, Flair and Anderson would be the champions.
They wanted it. Flair and Anderson wanted the old style. That's how the titles used to be decided. 2 out of 3 falls years ago in this sport.
I'll bet you they're second guessing themselves right now.
No, I wouldn't think so.
I would. They'd be the champions. What are you, nuts?
I'm not nuts.
If it was one fall, they'd be the champs.
Now, the referee asking Arn. He's got a half crab right on that bad wheel, Jess. And extra pressure.
And look at Stunning Steve helping out, and the Nature Boy isn't helping the cause. One fall to none. Nature Boy Ric Flair and Arn Anderson leading 1-0 in the 2 out of 3 fall matchup. Anderson may have to submit. Look at the referee, doesn't see the assistance of Stunning Steve pushing on the head of Flying Brian.
And look at Anderson trying to just do a push-up here to get himself up. Oh, wow, stomping on the leg again. Anderson just needs to roll over to his left and get Flair. Oh, desperation!
Whoa, and he knocked Flying Brian senseless.
Anderson.
He made the move to the wrong corner, though. Tag to Stunning Steve. And Anderson can't make the corner. Driving those knees into the hamstring. And a smart move by the champions right there. drag Arn Anderson back to the ring. It'll take him all day to reach Flair now.
Oh, on the leg again. Back of the neck. Snap bear, flying Bryan in. And the Blondes down 1 fall to none.
Oh!
Anderson got the leg up to the face.
Can he make the tag? If he don't make it this time, Tony, I believe it's over. Tag Flair!
Ric Flair! Maybe on the verge of becoming a World Tag Team Champion again in his career. Sending Austin in. Bryan over the top. The referee didn't see it.
That's a disqualification.
You're right again, but the referee didn't see it, so the match continues.
I think he conveniently didn't see it. How could he miss that?
Pick it up and trying to dump Austin. Flair could be. He got it. And now, the fans sensing it. Barry Windham is on his way to the ring. The figure four. The figure four. The referee's calling for the bell.
Now what happened? Did Austin submit, or did Barry Windham get him disqualified?
I have no idea what's going on here.
The bout is concluded because of disqualification. Flair and Anderson are the winners. The title does not change hands.
Here comes Roma, the other horseman, the newest horseman. Paul Roma in street clothes has jumped into the ring.
Incredible. This match is over because of Windham's interference. And Windham is still on Ric Flair. They cannot pull him off. Flair's hurt. The sneak attack by Barry Windham, and Ric Flair is hurt.
And so is Arn Anderson hurt. Ric Flair down on the mat. Arn Anderson, his partner, there with him. The Hollywood Blondes retain the World Tag Team title as a result of a disqualification and Barry Windham's interference. Let's go now to Tony Schiavone, who's standing by with Barry Windham. Go ahead, Tony.
Well, you didn't have much to say about Ric Flair not too long ago, but I think it's very apparent by what we see in the ring.
Right there, that's how much he wants of me. Ric Flair's never wanted any of me. He doesn't want any of me now, and he never will. Ric Flair, I'm the World Heavyweight Champion. You walked away from it, and I took it. Something you don't deserve, and it belongs to me. You've got no guts, and you certainly will never be the World Champion again, because I am the one that took it away, and you Ric Flair.
Oh my goodness!
They're battling on the floor, Tony.
What a fight we